Nobody wins when the family feels.
Go to bed. I was just checking on you. She said, I got gas and I'm out. I should be back soon. I love you too. Good night.
Been surrounding the disappearance of a 19-year-old woman from Prince George's County. Dakara Johnson's car was found parked miles away from her house, but there has been no sign of her for more than a week.
Going to get gas and never returned. Surveillance video showed her walking away from her car about 1:30 a.m. in Langley Park the next day. Police say they found additional video showing her about 3 that morning on University Boulevard in Hyattsville.
Carmen and Daniel Thompson. The past week has been brutal. Their daughter, 19-year-old Dakara, lives with her dad in Prince George's County and left home the 22nd around 10 p.m.
She just said, Dad, I'll be back.
Her dad headed that way and found her car parked the wrong direction on a fire hydrant. A neighbor's camera capturing what appears to be her getting out of the car and walking away.
Her purse was in her car. It had $60 cash in it.
The only thing she had with her was her phone and her key fob.
Imagine your child goes missing, and for nearly 2 weeks you hold on to hope, only to find out the truth is darker than anything you could have imagined. A teenage girl from Maryland vanished without a trace, but what the cameras caught and who police say is responsible has left an entire community in shock. Within the last 48 hours of me doing this video, a teenage girl who went missing in Maryland has been found but not alive. After nearly 2 weeks of searching and praying for her safe return, her family received the worst news possible. A daughter, a sister, a friend gone too soon. Surveillance footage captured her final moments, parking her car on the wrong side of the street and walking away to never return. Since then, the truth has started to unravel. An undocumented immigrant who we'll later discuss has been arrested. The same man who was caught months ago under the influence but slips through the crack. And because of that failure, 5 months later, a young life was taken. But the story even gets darker. Why was she with that man? What was she doing out late at night? Police allege that there were a nightclub connection, possibly prostitution, and even disturbing attempts to discard her body in a river. Only by chance, what some would call God intervention, was she discovered when officers came to that area for an unrelated call. And tonight, we're going to break down everything we need to know. The details, the suspect, the victim, and most importantly, paying our respects. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Fan meet Dakara Rose Thompson. She was just 19 years old, a young woman who lived with her parents. She was last seen August 22nd, 2025, getting out of her 2013 white Ford Edge at a Shell gas station. It was located on Eastgate Shopping Center in Atlanta, Maryland, which is Prince George's County. Eventually, her car was found in Hyattsville with her house keys, purse, wallet, cash, and other belongings inside. Police said her cell phone was disabled. Dakara was relatively small. She was 5'2". She only weighed 105 pounds, has long brown hair and brown eyes. According to Dakara's dad, she told him that she was going to a gas station and coming right back. The Dakara Thompson family said it's extremely uncharacteristic of her not to communicate with them. The family and police joined together to hold a prayer in Hyattsville, Maryland.
Surrounding the disappearance of a 19-year-old woman from Prince George's County. Dakara Johnson's car was found parked miles away from her house, but there has been no sign of her for more than a week. Thanks for staying up with us tonight on this Friday. I'm Larry Miller. No family should have to go through what her parents are dealing with right now. Our Katie Lusso spent the night with them as they hold on to hope and keep searching for answers to bring Dakara home.
Tonight marks exactly 1 week since 19-year-old Dakara Thompson went missing. Her heartbroken family telling me she was last seen on surveillance footage, parking her car here along Jasmine Terrace and then walking down towards Riggs Road.
I want my baby back. I just simply want my daughter back.
For Carmen and Daniel Thompson, the past week has been brutal. Their daughter, 19-year-old Dakara, lives with her dad in Prince George's County and left home the 22nd around 10 p.m.
She just said, Dad, I'll be back.
He showed us the text he sent her about an hour later.
I said, I'm about to go to bed. I was just checking on you.
She responded right away.
I should be back. I got gas and I'm out.
But after that, she not only didn't return, but she didn't answer any of their texts or calls.
Which was very unusual because she always responds back.
They also discovered her location was turned off, but they could see her last location, the corner of Jasmine Terrace and Riggs Road. Her dad headed that way and found her car parked the wrong direction on a fire hydrant. A neighbor's camera capturing what appears to be her getting out of the car and walking away.
Her purse was in her car. It had $60 cash in it.
The only thing she had with her was her phone and her key fob.
They called police, who they say never searched the car, but instead told them to take it home.
Because they say it's a chance it would be towed if it stayed there.
So they did, and kept searching on their own.
I sat there for 2 days, for 48 hours, just to see if she or someone else would come back to look for the car. And nobody ever came back.
Since then, they've done their best to spread the word, posting flyers everywhere.
I want some of the one on the back, this one.
But with each passing day, their fears only grow.
I'm holding on to hope. I'm fighting. I hope she's fighting. You know, any chance she can get to try to get away if she can.
She says this is not like her daughter.
She hasn't used any money, so I'm like, what is she eating? She has the same clothes for 7 days. Something has to be wrong. Somebody has her. Somebody has her.
As they continue to search with the help of so many others, they're grateful and say they have one message for their daughter.
We love you so much. And just come home. Just come home. We want her home. We want her home.
Now, if you have any information about where she could be, you are asked to call police. In Prince George's County, I'm Katie Lusso, WUSA 9.
Then almost 2 weeks later, Sunday, August 31st, 2025, Maryland State Police were called about a disabled vehicle near Route 50 in Anne Arundel County, about 30 minutes away from Lanham, Maryland. According to a news release, when state troopers arrived to investigate the vehicle, they found a body laying in the grass off the highway. Maryland State Police notified Prince George's County officers about the body's potential connection to the missing person report. The characteristics were similar, but they couldn't yet confirm whether that was the body. But then on September 4th, 2025, at around 9:05 a.m., a residential search warrant was conducted at 1266 Kimbridge Drive, Bowie, Maryland, Prince George's County. Detectives made contact with multiple occupants of the residence whose name unknown to the police. All occupants of the residence were detained and transported to the Criminal Investigation Division Homicide Unit for further investigation. The reason being, police had matched the 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali that was connected to dropping off that body that was in hopes to making it to the river, but God didn't allow that, and instead, it was on the side of the road. Authorities quickly looked up the tag number, GPM 8511, and they quickly discovered that that car was registered to a 35-year-old who go by the name of Hernandez-Mendez, an illegal immigrant who lived at that residence and was the last person to see 19-year-old DeCarver. Detectives had the opportunity to interview the defendant. Detectives advised the defendant of his Miranda rights, at which he freely and voluntarily waived his rights and elected to speak to detectives. The defendant advised the detectives that on August 23rd, 2025, or the 22nd, he was at the Galaxy nightclub. Now, the Galaxy nightclub is located on 3201 University Boulevard in Hyattsville, Maryland. The location is directly across the street from where the descendant was observed entering into a black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali, which, as we mentioned, belonged to the defendant. At around 2 a.m. in the morning, the defendant advised he was supposed to meet his ex-girlfriend, but he never did. When detectives questioned further into the investigation, the defendant denied any involvement and asked detectives if he could have a lawyer at that time of the interview, in which it ended. Detectives had the opportunity to interview the occupants of the residence. Detectives spoke with witness 1, whose identity is known to police, who advised that it lives at the residence with the family. It's a cousin to the defendant and 2 other roommates. Witness 1 advised that the 2007 GMC Yukon is registered to him, but is his cousin's, the defendant, and it's the only one who operates it. Witness 1 also advised that his cousin, the defendant, has a drinking and drug problem. He also mentioned that the defendant worked as a lawn care worker for a company based out of Baltimore. Detectives then spoke to witness 2, whose identity is known to police as well. They advised that it's the room next to the defendant's room. And witness 2 advised that on August 23rd, 2025, it recalled hearing the defendant having sex at around 5 a.m. Witness 2 advised it could hear grunting noise, which made it believe someone wasn't enjoying the sex. Witness 2 further stated that after a period of time, it remembers all the cocaine in the room, but then said that he fell asleep. And later that same day, after waking up, witness 2 remembers walking around the residence. And at around noon, he observed the 2007 GMC Yukon not parked in front of the home. Witness 2 said he thought it was weird, knowing that the defendant doesn't work on Saturdays, and that the black GMC is normally parked in front of the home. Then detectives spoke to witness 3 and witness 4, who advised they had no knowledge of what took place on August 23rd, 2025, and that they stay on the opposite side of the house. Now, as mentioned, a search of the residence 1266 Kimbridge Drive, Bowie, Maryland was conducted, which multiple items were recovered. Detectives located a bedroom in the front side of the residence. Detectives observed identifying documents, including a social security card, identification cards, and work pay stubs belonging to the defendant. Upon visual inspection of the bedroom, multiple areas were observed with what it appeared to be suspected blood evidence. Blood droplets were also observed on the defendant's mattress, located in the bedroom. A white and pink fake French manicure style fingernail was also located on the floor of the bedroom. detectives know the defendant had a white and pink fake French manicure-style fingernails when she was found deceased. Detectives also know that when the descendant was found, she was missing the white and pink fake French manicure-style fingernail on her left middle finger. Detectives were able to review a photo of the descendant's white and pink fake French manicure-style fingernails and were able to identify that the nails in the photos are constant with the nail recovered from the bedroom floor. Further, detectives recovered multiple pairs of women's underwear and lingerie. And fam, this is why I want to pause it at, because at this point, just knowing there was multiple women's underwear and lingerie, it makes you wonder, is there possibly more victims? But let's continue. During the search, detectives observed 2 trash bins in the driveway area of the residence. Detectives opened the trash bins and observed multiple trash bags inside of them. Once detectives searched the bags, they observed multiple identifying documents of individuals who lived in the residence. A further search revealed a white napkin with suspected blood stains on it throughout multiple trash bags. Now it seemed also in them trash bags was multiple black and red hairs, which is also consistent with the descendants. On September 4, 2025, detectives applied for and were granted a vehicle search warrant for the black 2007 GMC Yukon Denali. At around 5:30 p.m., investigators conducted that vehicle search warrant. In summary, detectives know through multiple surveillance cameras, video footage, and cellular location data that the descendant entered into a black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali. Detectives know that the defendant is the only person who drives the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali. Then it travels to the area of 1266 Kimbers Drive, Bowie, Maryland, which coincides with the descendant's cellular device movements. The descendant is in the area on August 23, 2025, from 3:47 a.m. until 5:03 a.m. On August 23, 2025, sexual intercourse is heard coming from the defendant's bedroom, which indicates to detectives that a physical altercation ensued within the defendant's bedroom. The discovery of the possible blood evidence recovered from the car shows to detectives that the descendant was moved into the black 2007 GMC Yukon Denali after the physical altercation. Further, the descendant was then located deceased with skull and facial fractures. And based on all the information above, detectives believe that the defendant murdered the descendant in his bedroom at the Bowie address on the morning of August 23, 2025. Then drove the descendant's body to eastbound Maryland Route 50 between Maryland Route 424 and Maryland Route 97, Annapolis. And the sad part about all this, even though we talked about the age gap, the alleged motive for alleged sex, which authorities is basically confirming, which explained why she parked that car in the opposite direction. She probably thought she was doing it in the car and was taken to Bowie, telling her dad she'd be right back, which was a red flag number 1, saying she's getting gas at those time of the hours. But then after he was arrested, it was quickly discovered that just 5 months prior, he was arrested for a DUI. But as mentioned, he's in the U.S. illegally. And the real question is, why was he let out?
Body found along Route 50 on Sunday afternoon in Anne Arundel County is in fact that of missing teen Dakara Thompson. Now, earlier this morning, police announced that she had been killed and a man has already been arrested and charged in connection with her murder. That suspect, according to Prince George's County Police, is in the United States illegally and is now subject to an ICE detainer. News 4's Darcy Spencer joins us live in Bowie, where that man was taken into custody. It is the news her parents, her community were hoping they would not receive. Darcy Spencer, bring us up to speed with what we know.
And that's right, Erica. You know, and this murder really shaken this Bowie community. Many just finding out this news today, this morning, this afternoon from us as we ask people questions in the community. That killing allegedly happened in the house right here behind me. I spoke to a woman who lives here. She asked to not be shown on camera, but she says she had no idea a crime had happened inside the house and that this suspect is her cousin. It was inside this house on Cambridge Drive in Bowie, inside this bedroom that investigators say 19-year-old Dakara Thompson was murdered. Neighbors are stunned that the missing teen investigation led to Bowie so tragically.
I was hoping for the best, but it was just, you know, deeply saddened to hear that it turned out this way, unfortunately.
The 19-year-old had been missing since August 22nd after she told her dad she was going to get gas and never returned. Surveillance video showed her walking away from her car about 1:30 a.m. in Langley Park the next day. Police say they found additional video showing her about 3 that morning on University Boulevard in Hyattsville.
For reasons still under investigation, it appears that the car willfully entered a vehicle being driven by Hugo Rene Hernandez-Mendez, 35-year-old male, out of Bowie, Maryland.
Police were able to track the SUV to the suspect's home and on Thursday took him into custody. Investigators determined through a search warrant Dakar was killed here. And police say Hernandez-Mendez allegedly dumped her body in the grassy area off the highway. He's facing first and second degree murder charges.
It is tough that we're at this point where the search is over and justice begins.
Police say they're still investigating how the two came into contact with one another. They're not saying how she was killed. Back in the neighborhood, several residents told News 4 they didn't recognize the suspect from his photo. They say a family lives in the home and they're quiet.
It's very troubling because, I mean, they've been over there for a couple of years, but just knowing that we have this magnitude, just hearing this is a nice family community.
Several neighbors saw the police activity Thursday morning but had no idea it was connected to the Dakar Thompson case. Many were shaken up by the news that she was allegedly killed in a home right on their street.
It was really shocking to see the police from 6:30 in the morning in front of the house blocking the street, and to hear about what happened to that poor girl. I'm really sorry for the family, and I really keep them in my prayers.
Now, earlier today at a news conference, the chief said that there are no additional suspects, but this is an ongoing investigation. The suspect right now being held without bond. He's set to appear in court Monday afternoon. Back to you.
Darcy Spencer live for us this afternoon. Darcy,
Now, as we wrap this video up, no matter why exactly she went there, even though we may think we know the answer, a 19-year-old girl should not be losing her life to the hands of a man with so much life ahead of her. And with that being said, we do want to say once again, rest in peace and love and condolences to her family and to anyone else who was affected by this story. I want to send love and prayers your way as well. At the end of the day, there's so many unanswered questions here. Yes, we might think we know the motive as we just mentioned, but how exactly she lost her life? Trauma, gunshot wound, exactly what? We gotta wait till the autopsy. And then those panties and bras and all that was found in his room, who are they connected to? And why did he feel so sure to be able to throw women over a bridge what normally hits the river, but this time it landed outside the river? Is there possibly more victims? I'm praying we'll get the answer soon. At the end of the day, fam, this wasn't just a tragedy. It's a failure on multiple levels. A young girl's life was cut short because a man who never should have been on the streets, especially in the U.S., allowed to walk free. And now authorities are digging deeper because it may not have been his first victim. Some are already whispering the words of Sir UK. So as we head out of here, let this be a reminder for all of us. Sometimes the monsters aren't strangers lurking in the shadows. They're the people already on the radar, overlooked till it's too late. Fam, this was the story of a young woman who lost her life after a sexual encounter with a man almost double her age, double her size, and not to be found until 2 weeks later. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And till then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.